The crisp air carried a sense of unease. A lone jogger rounded the bend, his breath misting in the cold morning air. His eyes fell upon a sight that made his blood run cold. A body lay sprawled by the riverbank, its lifeless eyes staring vacantly at the grey sky. This was no ordinary death. It was the beginning of a nightmare. The first piece in a terrifying puzzle that would baffle investigators for years to come. The year was 1997. The small town of La Crosse, Wisconsin, would become synonymous with a chilling mystery. The death of this young man, a college student known for his bright smile and even brighter future, sent shockwaves through the community. Who could have committed such a heinous act, and why? The questions hung heavy in the air, unanswered whispers in the wind. As investigators descended upon the scene, a sense of dread settled over them. The victim bore no obvious signs of struggle, no indication of what had led to his untimely demise. The only clue, a chilling calling card left near the body, was a crudely drawn smiley face. This eerie detail, seemingly insignificant at first glance, would become the terrifying signature of a suspected serial killer. A killer who would come to be known as the Smiley Face Killer. The Smiley Face Killer, a moniker coined by two retired detectives, is believed to be responsible for the deaths of dozens of young men across the United States. Their alleged modus operandi targeting college-aged men, often athletes, luring them to their deaths and leaving their bodies in or near bodies of water. The victims, often last seen leaving parties or bars, would vanish without a trace, only to be found days, weeks, or even months later, drowned and discarded. Patrick McNeil was a young man with a promising future. A star athlete, he excelled both on the football field and in the classroom. He was known for his infectious laugh, his unwavering loyalty to his friends, and his kind heart. His sudden disappearance sent shockwaves through the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse campus and beyond. Patrick had last been seen leaving a bar near campus. His friends recalled his easy smile as he bid them farewell, promising to catch up with them soon. But Patrick never made it home. Days turned into weeks, and the search for the missing student intensified. Flyers bearing Patrick's picture were plastered across town, his story making headlines in local newspapers. Hope dwindled with each passing day. When Patrick's body was finally discovered, it was not in the river that flowed through town, but in a secluded creek miles away. The autopsy report was inconclusive, stating the cause of death as drowning. Yet, there were unsettling questions that lingered. Patrick was a strong swimmer. How could he have drowned in such shallow water? And why was his body found so far from where he was last seen? As investigators delved deeper into the case, they uncovered a series of eerily similar disappearances across the Midwest. Young men, often college students, last seen leaving bars or parties, their bodies later found in rivers or lakes. The circumstances surrounding their deaths were strikingly similar, each case shrouded in mystery, each victim meeting a watery grave. Could these deaths be connected? The possibility sent chills down the spines of even the most seasoned detectives. Section 5. The elusive trail, dead ends and few clues. The investigation into Patrick McNeil's death and the string of similar cases proved to be a frustrating endeavor. Evidence was scarce, witnesses unreliable, and leads turned into dead ends. The Smiley Face Killer, if he even existed, seemed to move like a phantom, leaving no trace of his presence. The lack of physical evidence was particularly perplexing. No DNA, no fingerprints, no witnesses who could place a suspect at the scene of the crimes. It was as if the killer vanished into thin air after each murder. The only consistent clue, the only calling card that linked these cases together was the sinister smiley face. Was it a taunt, a signature, or a red herring designed to mislead investigators? Section 6. Theories and speculation, cult or lone predator. The lack of concrete evidence and the seemingly random nature of the crimes fueled a firestorm of speculation and theories. Some experts believed they were dealing with a sophisticated criminal organization, a cult perhaps, preying on vulnerable young men for reasons unknown. Others argued that the Smiley Face Killer was a lone predator, driven by a dark and twisted fantasy. The possibility of a cult operating in the shadows sent a collective shiver down the spines of the public. Could there be a network of individuals responsible for these horrific acts? Or was the idea of a lone wolf, a charismatic and cunning individual capable of blending into any crowd, even more terrifying? The mystery deepened, the truth remaining elusive. Section 7. The Smiley Face Signature, a calling card of terror. The smiley face, that ubiquitous symbol of happiness and cheer, had taken on a sinister new meaning. Its presence at the crime scenes, scrawled on walls, bathroom stalls, or even carved into trees, sent a chill down the spines of investigators and the public alike. Was it a message from the killer, a taunt, or a way of claiming responsibility for his heinous acts? Criminologists and psychologists debated the meaning behind the smiley face. Some believed it to be a sign of the killer's enjoyment of his crimes, a macabre trophy marking his conquests. Others saw it as a way for the killer to insert himself into the narrative, to revel in the fear and attention his crimes generated. Whatever the reason, the smiley face had become a symbol of terror, a haunting reminder of the darkness that lurked beneath the surface of everyday life. Section 8. The investigation continues, a race against time. Despite years of investigation, the case of the Smiley Face Killer remains unsolved. Law enforcement agencies across the country continue to share information and resources, determined to bring the perpetrator to justice. The FBI has even gotten involved, dedicating a task force to investigate the possibility of a nationwide conspiracy. The families of the victims, forever haunted by the loss of their loved ones, cling to the hope that one day they will have answers. They have formed support groups, sharing their stories and their grief, united in their pursuit of justice. They refuse to let their loved ones be forgotten, their memories fading into the annals of unsolved mysteries. Section 9. The unsolved mystery justice remains elusive. The case of the Smiley Face Killer stands as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the shadows. It is a testament to the fact that even in an age of advanced technology and forensic science, some mysteries remain unsolved. The lack of concrete answers only adds to the intrigue and horror of the case. The question of whether the Smiley Face Killer is a single individual, a group of conspirators, or a figment of collective imagination continues to be debated. The lack of a definitive answer only adds to the mystique and terror surrounding the case. The Smiley Face Killer has become a modern-day boogeyman, a whispered warning, a reminder that evil can wear many faces, or even a simple smile. Section 10. A legacy of fear. The haunting case of the Smiley Face Killer. The legacy of the Smiley Face Killer extends far beyond the immediate families of the victims. The case has seeped into popular culture, inspiring books, documentaries, and even a horror film franchise. The enduring fascination with the case speaks to our primal fear of the unknown, the chilling realization that there are monsters among us, hiding in plain sight. The Smiley Face Killer serves as a chilling reminder that no one is truly safe. It is a stark reminder that evil can lurk in the most unexpected places, and that sometimes even the most dedicated efforts to uncover the truth are met with silence. Until the mystery is solved, the legend of the Smiley Face Killer will continue to haunt our nightmares, a terrifying testament to the darkness that lies at the edge of reason.